of the most insane stories about traveling within the Caribbean? If you do, then this video is for you. Hey, my name is Justine and I do reviews of products, services and experiences with a little bit of vlogging and lifestyle sprinkled in. Welcome to another episode of the Justine Review. Today's video, I'm gonna share with you my last trip. And if you guys have been following me on this platform, you know that I travel a lot for work. So I'm gonna share with you the craziest, the most insane travel trip that I've had from a Caribbean country back to Jamaica. Actually, today I'm in Panama and I'll be doing a vlog of this trip. So be on the lookout for that video coming up. I also did some vlogs about my trip to Antigua recently, so check out those vlogs. But let's talk about, before we do that, remember to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe and follow me on socials. It's at Justine on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Anyhow, let's jump really quickly into the story. So, as you guys know, I traveled for work recently. I went to Antigua for a huge meeting. However, I had to leave early to get back to Jamaica. Now, Antigua has direct flights to Jamaica and direct flights from Jamaica to Antigua. However, those flights don't operate every day. Now, guys, this was an insane trip, I'm telling you. I had to go from Antigua to Barbados, overnight in Barbados, then get up at 2 a.m. for a 5 o'clock flight the following morning, and then travel on to Jamaica. And I'll tell you more about that later in the video. But this trip is insane because of the number of legs it took, the amount of time it took, and some of the wildest things that happened during the trip. So let's start from the beginning. I left the hotel in Antigua, went to the airport. I was traveling with one of the smaller airlines to get from Antigua to Barbados. Bro, when I tell you, I had no idea that I would have had to weigh my hand luggage, and they were telling me that my hand luggage was too heavy and I would need to check it. And not only would I need to check it, I would need to pay to check it because they only gave you one free checked bag. So if I'm checking my hand luggage, I'm gonna have to pay for that one. And I'm like, what do you mean? How? What? Anyhow, I said, okay, I'm gonna pay for this checked bag. And they asked me if I was gonna pay cash or card. Tell me why when I told them card, then they no longer decided that I had to pay to check the bag. I'm just like, okay, this is okay. I was not about to look a gift horse in the mouth. So I happily checked the bag and did not pay for it because apparently they did, I don't know, maybe they didn't have the service or whatever it was required to process the card. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I went through and I was happy. So now we get to the departure lounge, we chill, we got some stuff, we picked up a few items, the duty free, etc. And then it's time for us to board. Oh my God, we waited in line for at least 30 minutes before we were allowed to board. Tell me now why when we're going on to go on the plane, we see other people coming through on the other side. Now I saw people walking from all the way on the tarmac coming up. Little did I know that was going to be a similar experience for us. So after waiting that very, very long time in line, then we had to walk. It's the longest trek I've ever had to take on a tarmac to get to the plane. And I've had, because quite a few of the smaller islands, you have to actually walk on the tarmac and board the tiny plane. Let me tell you, the walk was long, it was sweltering, and oh my God, it was horrible for me. I was just so exhausted after the meeting, and then on top of that, I have this long ass walk to get to the plane. Jesus Christ on a motorbike, what is this? No sir, I'm literally sweating away. Then we finally get to the plane, and when we get on, we're told that it's free seating. There's no assigned seats. So first come, first serve. So whoever gets there first gets to sit in the best seats. Tell me why I'm end up way around at the back. And if that's not bad enough, somebody came and decided that they wanted to use the bathroom. You see when the lady opened the door? The scent were liquid, guys. We could not breathe. It was crazy. It was insane. If you go to primary school in Jamaica, these are like, back in the day, I don't know what it's like now, but when I used to go to primary school, I would go in at the bathroom and you open the door. You see that rank smell there? You see that smell of just stale urine and feces that's been there? Where people, some of the students, them pee on the ground and maybe they've done their thing on the floor and it has not been cleaned. That is the smell. That is the stench that came from the bathroom in the plane. When we say it engulfed the entire plane, the whole plane, I am not even kidding, the whole plane smelled like poop and pee and stale everything. It was the grossest thing, and everybody was covering them nose, and me there all the way down at the back. So you know, say I was among the people who experienced the worst of that stench. When the lady done, she opened the door again, and we were greeted again. Mighty God of Daniel. Whew. So anyhow, while this smell is still going, the flight attendant has now decided that she needs to give us the safety tips and whatever, and she started telling about having to open the exit door. I'm only hear one of the passengers them give, ma'am, the whole of the why you have to open the door them so we can come out here to escape this smell, because Lord knows it was ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I cannot make this shit up. I cannot make this up. Anyhow, now it's time for us to take off. And man, when the plane turn on and we start about to take off, the amount of when we are here, I'm just like, dear God, Lord, please, dear God, please take me safely to my destination, because this was just crazy. It was scary and it was so unpleasant. This is the wildest flight I've ever been on. We're in for an interesting ride, an interesting flight. Somebody just walked to the bathroom a while ago and opened the door, and the entire plane smelled like the bathroom. It smelled like it has never been cleaned ever, or like it hasn't been cleaned in at least a year, maybe a few months. But this is untenable. Oh my God, what is that? I hope I make it off of this flight to share this video, because you're like, what the hell? I'm not gonna mention the name of the airline, but if you know, y'all can put it in the comments, but I'm not gonna mention it. Yeah, so I eventually got to Barbados, checked into my hotel, stayed overnight, and then I had to get up at 2 a.m. Let me tell you about InterRegional Traveling. It is crazy to travel within the Caribbean. This timing was wild. I was so exhausted. The next leg of my trip, I had to go from Barbados to Trinidad, and then from Trinidad to Jamaica. It's a super early morning flight. Now, when we arrived in Trinidad and Tobago, we had to actually lift our luggage, my personal item and my hand luggage, lug them up the steps. And then after we go up the steps, tell me why we had to go through security again. And the guys there were so rude and obnoxious, and they were digging up people's bags, and I just could not understand it. Like, I went through security in Barbados already. Why am I going through this hassle again? Such a early, let me tell you something, man. It was so miserable. I was not here for it. It was not fun in the least. We go through duty free, etc. I got some liquor from my brother. And then we're on this flight now from Trinidad to Jamaica. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This story, guys, is wild, because tell me why in the midst of this flight now, this lady starts to get so boisterous and obnoxious. You know that the flight crew does their snack or meal service or whatever it is that you want to call it during the flight, right? So the flight attendants are going around and they give you a little bag with some snacks. I think it was 3 different types of snacks: a savory cracker, a pack of chips, and some sweet cookies. Now they gave you this package in a little plastic bag, and then they offer you whatever type of beverage that you want: coffee, tea, sodas, etc. If you're familiar with flying, then you know what that looks like, right? So the flight attendant goes down and is talking to the lady that you see in the video. And the first thing the lady starts doing is quarreling and complaining. I want this to not argue with. I want this to not argue with power flight. I want this to not argue with not even little tea. Not even little proper tea. You don't argue with what you ask me say. Me don't want this. And oh, when the plane fare increase every day and I hungry this to not argue with. I want this to not argue with. Loud, boisterous, obnoxious. The whole plane, everybody could hear. The poor flight attendant was just amazing. She handled it with such class and just such decorum. Shout out to you, honey, because you did a great job. You earned your pay that day, because Lord knows, if I did, some people, they would have take her on and trace her right off, because that behavior was completely uncalled for. And she kept going and going and going and continuing and cursing and quarreling, and the flight attendant now pay no mind, and she still a carry on. She still a cuss and a go on, embarrass herself and pretty much annoy the entire plane and disturb all away. To the point where she decided that she was taking on another customer.
Me a traveler. What you want traveler? Me a traveler and me a gangster. Me a gangster and me a traveler. Don't punish me where we come from. Me a gangster, nobody can gang me. Me name gangster. So they come there when I don't respect what you're not bad one. You get me a good bad one? And I don't see no bad word. Oh. Why you don't want to keep from money? You never travel down in cold water. You never travel down in cold water.
The lady cussed off the people there. The lady cussed the lady on the plane and she cussed the flight attendant. Do you guys have any crazy travel experiences, any crazy travel stories, crazy in-flight stories that you've had? Share them in the comments down below. But let me tell you, man, this one is for the history books. Once again, guys, thank you for staying all the way to the end of this video. I really appreciate you being here. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you liked it. Comment down below what was the thing that you thought was most outlandish about this story. Yeah, follow me on socials. It's at JustCineD on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. I love you so much. Cheers. Bye.